And in our county, we discovered that the economy, which is job creation, problems like that, health and wellness, we are above the norms in smoking and obesity. And then in literacy, we're well below the national and provincial rates of literacy. And then there's a under 34, the out-migration of young people, which is consistent with what is happening almost worldwide. We've seen it, but we're seeing it happen here in Nova Scotia. And or translates in an aging population. Mahone Bay is also presently at where the province will be in 2025, the aging population. And a remark I heard last week was from a lady in Mahone Bay. She was at the memorial service on November the 11th. She said, with very few young people in the town of Mahone Bay, well, there are not many young families in Mahone Bay. Or in my community, I saw hundreds of young people. But in the town of Mahone Bay is an example of an aging population, and Lunenburg also has a very aging population. So we have some severe trends in our county, and our community foundation or fund is made up of representatives from all these different communities. I represent the Chester region, and another lady from New Ross area, and you have somebody from New Germany, and from the Bridgewater region, and Mahone Bay and Lunenburg districts. So we have some geographical representation with board members like yourselves who are genuinely interested in making life better in the Lunenburg County. And I'll just read, our mission is to support the initiatives that help sustain and improve our shared quality of life. So the funding that we received, we have focused in on those 4 issues that I earlier spoke of. And we have made tremendous progress by having the 2 staff to assist us in these directions. And what I wanted to show you is this is the Petite Riviere Elementary School. And in that school, they are quite a distance, some distance from Bridgewater. Bridgewater and Lunenburg, Mahone Bay, and New Germany are used in the Family Resource Center that's able to provide tots to parents and tots program, teaching children to read, to play from 18 months to 3 years of age. Petite Riviere, and we have another school in Gold River, needed a little seed money. Transportation money is what they required so that the Family Resource Centers could send a teacher down to give instruction to the families and to the, I just want to show some of the other side. You'll see families, there's men, or the fathers and the mothers and the grandmothers and the children taking part in learning to play, learning to read, and being read to. There's 2 different programs. And this is where they're listening. There's one of the fathers, and there's an instructor in the back reading. But we have such a low literacy rate in Lunenburg County, and we do not have a good, we don't have a strong base of early childhood programs as they do in the larger centers. So we provided transportation funds so that this instructor could go for 38 weeks to both Gold River School and to the Petite Riviere School. Yeah. And so we had 21 children in one program and good parental participation. Bowater has shut down. You know, retail, some of the retail stores in our community have dropped 30%. And that impact, you would think would impact, it has impacted our economy drastically. This is where transportation network is going to be essential in getting people from one community to the other to go to work. And you would have heard last week, the food banks in Bridgewater, food banks in Chester, it's happening throughout the province. That the food banks are becoming an essential part of our survival almost. And I think that's where our projects will be focused in trying to help people utilize the food that they do get. When they go to the food banks, many people cannot use the fresh vegetables or exotic fruits. I mean, if you give them a zucchini, what do you do with zucchini? Because unfortunately, most of us, well, I came from an older age where my parents cooked everything, you know, right from as it came out of the garden. But a lot of people cannot do that. So we have that as part of our health and wellness group to try to teach people. So we're going to be working with other partners to improve the quality of life.